Let me show you some of the footage from this dash camera so you can get an idea of what it's going to look like. The nice thing about this dash camera is not only does it have this front-facing camera, but inside it has an inside-facing camera. So if you're like an Uber or Lyft driver, a professional driver, and you need to record the data on the inside, you can do that with that. It has night mode as well. And then you also have the rear camera that you can use to get everything in the back. Let me show you what you get with this and how to set up the menu. This is the ZD81 and this was sent to me so I could make this video. This is everything that comes with the dash cam set. So you do have power via USB-C and it still has a slot for extra power. It does have an extra power cord, so if you want to set things up beforehand like we'll do in just a second, you can do that. The rear camera has this plug on this end, and then it has the adhesive and an extra adhesive if you ever need to take this off and move it. The main camera attaches with this suction cup that you kind of twist to lock into place. And one unique thing about this that's actually pretty cool is it magnetically can just mount on top of here. And the reason that's cool is if you need to take this out of your car for any reason, you just kind of yank it off and you are done. So if we look at this, you've got your front camera here, and then you have this camera over here that you can turn around for the inside of everything. Over here is where you plug in the power and the rear camera. It does come with this TF card that is 128 gigabytes. And I always recommend that you set things up before you install it in the car just to make sure that things are working and you have the settings that you want. So let's plug this into power now. So here are the navigation buttons underneath. Let's just press OK. The first time you turn it on, it will want to format the SD card. We'll just press OK. So here you can see the screen is kind of split screen between the indoor and the front facing. Let's go ahead and look at the menu options. So if you press the M button, it will take a picture. You can scroll through the different camera views. Just press the over arrow. To enter the menu, we need to press OK to stop recording. And then once that has happened, we can press the menu button. I'll go over the things that I think you should know, like with the resolution, you do have the option for 4K, 2K, or 1080p. I personally like 1080p so I can store more files on it. We'll just keep it at the default though for now. Has options for exposure, WDR, parking guard. You can set the sensor sensitivity, audio. You can turn on the Wi-Fi if you want to connect to the app. And for the night scene, it's set to be automatic. I will leave that as the default. The speed unit by default is miles per hour. I'll keep it like that. And if we want to set everything back to default, we can do that as well. This is the QR code for the app. It is the Witcam Pro app. So let's turn on the Wi-Fi and navigate to that. Looks like it's already on. And once we are connected to the Wi-Fi, we can just press connect device. And it's going to have a live camera feed. We can take pictures, we can take video. And if we want to view some of the files so that we can download them to our phone, we can just come in here, select the video file that we want, and then we can press share. And we can also go to settings. And if you'd rather do this to change some of the settings, then use the menu on the dash cam, then you can come in here. One of the things I really like about this dash camera is it's just really easy to set up. It's nice that it has the suction cup, so you just stick that on, plug it in. How you do the wires is going to depend on your vehicle, but for my vehicle, I just kind of go around the edge. But as far as the menu items go, everything that I would want to be default was default on this. So really, I don't even necessarily recommend that you go into the menu, you set anything up. If you just plug it in, it's going to turn on, it's going to start recording automatically. The one thing you may want to adjust is the resolution. Because it's 4K, if you have it set to 4K, it's not going to save as many files because the files are going to be much larger. So for example, if you're going on a long road trip and you remember some scenery and you want to pull the footage from that, if everything's in 4K, you might lose that footage. But if it's 1080p, you can store a lot more. As far as the video quality goes, I'm just going to go ahead and show you what it looks like. You can decide for yourself if this is going to meet your needs. Hopefully I have enough footage of different environments to give you a good idea of what it looks like. If you're looking for something super simple to set up and you don't want to worry about configuring or anything like that, this is a fantastic option.